Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne. I've got 215 non-Christian, uh, 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 215 Christian non-fiction books on Amazon and 6,000 videos here on my channel. Um, I just start watching a podcast with Stephen Crowder, and he's a popular Christian podcaster. And he made the point that the Muslim faith and the Christian faith are completely different. And even though the Muslims regard Jesus as a Christian, Jesus as a prophet, they don't regard him as the Son of God. They don't admit that he was crucified, and they don't admit that he resurrected. So they don't have the same belief as Christians when it comes to the divinity of Christ. And so therefore they can't go to heaven. And I hear many Christians saying that people of other faiths can't go to heaven, and it's heartbreaking. For many years, I believed that personally, and I preached that in my books. But I've come to realize in the last 2.5 years, as I've been doing personal interviews with God, that's not true. That when Jesus shared the sheep and the goats parable in heaven, the parable on earth about one day in heaven, he's going to separate the sheep from the goats, and the sheep were identified as people who fed the hungry, gave drinks to the thirsty, clothed the homeless, took the homeless in, clothed the naked, visited people in prison, visited people in hospital. Basically, a really good-hearted person. That sheep and the goats parable says those sheep, those people who are good-hearted people, go to heaven, and the people who don't act in a good-hearted way go to hell. And so I'm changing. I believe in that parable. I believe that's the day of judgment. I believe if you're a good-hearted person, the cross of Christ gets you into heaven, regardless of whether you've accepted Jesus as your Saviour. And that, to most Christians listening to this, that would make me a heretic and a false prophet. If I say that I'm a prophet, they'll say I'm a false prophet for saying something like that. But I just don't believe. I have a hard time believing, now that I've heard God speak on the subject, now that I've met people from different faiths in heaven and experienced and talked to them and interviewed them. I don't believe the Christian narrative. I don't believe the Christian truth and the truth that Christians believe in. I wanted to share that with you. If you're a good-hearted person, just continue being good-hearted. I think the Beatles got it right when they sang the song, "All You Need Is Love." I think they distilled the gospel just like in that song, and I believe John Lennon distilled the gospel in his song "Imagine." That's my take. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to your comments. God bless.